me what were some of the things that was wrong for you?
I just kept hearing that I'm not gonna compete stuff, and you got a lot of women, and then your inbox, and I know you got a lot of women after you, and I'm not gonna compete. I'm not in the competition. I'm like, I never asked nobody to be in the competition, you know.
Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Button 91. We're talking to you guys about Kendra D's video. This young man here, who's a self-acclaimed nice guy, tells us about the first time he was on the channel, where the ladies obviously entered his DMs, and you know, he had a lot of women saying basically, I'm not going to compete. This is actually a part 2. I did a part 1 of this, and I wanted to break down the truth of what actually is being said that's not being said. So if you wanted to understand what's going on, let me break it down for you really, really quickly in this particular video. Here's a short synopsis. When someone says, I'm not going to compete with the other people, really and truly, in this instance, they entered his space, right? These ladies entered his DMs, not the other way around. And so them actually saying, I'm not going to compete, actually is speaking about a low value mindset, or rather I should say a low confidence mindset, somebody who doesn't value themselves. And they focus their attention on the wrong thing. They said, I'm not going to compete. But how do you know you're competing? It reminds me of a scripture in the Bible. There's a scripture, I think it's in Exodus, where it talks about it might be Deuteronomy or Exodus, whichever one, and it's about Moses and the spies, right? And the spies that go out, there was the spies that went to the land, and when 10 of the spies that went to the land said, the giants are so big and we look so tiny to them, and we look like little fleas. And the interesting about that scripture thing is that the question was asked, how did they know what they were viewed as? No, we know they are big, but how do you know how they viewed you? How did you determine that? Except you saw yourself as this small thing. You automatically put yourself down as this thing that is hopeless and can't fight, yet you've won many wars with God himself. And yet you saw yourself as this very tiny thing in the eyes of these giants. I found that scripture quite interesting. And it actually reminds me of this situation here. How do you know you're competing against Hannah, Sarah, Diana, all those kind of people when you can't even see his DMs? How do you know that? And you entered his DMs. You're going in for a house and this house is worth £200,000. You say, I'm going to offer you 150. It's like you lowballing. What the heck? Why would you do that? You went into the DMs. Why would you then go say, well, I'm not going to compete with all the other women? Sis, if you knew you were going to be competing, why would you enter the DMs in the first place? If you already know that you may be competing against other women, why enter the DMs in the first place? You're lowballing. And in lowballing, what we mean by this is offer a deceptively or unrealistic low bid or estimate. And reality is you're lowballing and you're trying to bring him to a particular place where he assures you verbally that you're the only one. But it actually just shows how low the confidence is. Because if I'm confident, I'm not thinking about all the other people. I don't even know I'm competing, because as far as I'm concerned, I'm just going to respond to what you're giving me. It's a low budget mindset. Just going to be honest with you. Okay, ladies, don't do it. Don't enter my DM and then tell me I don't want to compete against other women. Makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. If I entered yours, I can make that work. But you entering mine makes no sense. Anyway, let's get the show going as well. Listen, if you're new to Little Black Book, you know what time it is. You know what time it is, baby. We're going to talk to you guys about, obviously, this Kendra G video. And if you're new to the channel, like it, share, subscribe, click on that bell button for notification of the uploads. We appreciate you guys. Stay locked, stay loaded. And for those of you who are returnees, you got the minerals. You got the minerals. Stay hydrated. All right, let's get into it. And we'll talk a little bit more about what I believe about the situation.
I was just looking for one person.
All right. So you wanna throw yourself back out there?
Yeah.
Okay, well, move fast because you've been here before. Okay. So where are you from again?
Detroit.
And what's your name one more time, baby?
D'Angelo.
How old are you?
38. I'll be 39 next week on next Saturday.
Is that Aquarius?
Yeah, next Saturday on February 18th.
You have any kids?
Yeah, my baby actually right here. Come here. You can come here. Come say hi. Come say hi. Come say hi. Yeah, she acting shy.
Sweetheart, how old is your child again?
She's 13.
13.
Yeah.
One child. What do you do again for a living, D'Angelo, right?
D'Angelo. I work on houses.
Works on houses. So this is D'Angelo, Detroit, 38, Aquarius, one child.
I can't deal with nobody who smokes cigarettes. Because yeah, I'm into working out. Like I work out a lot, so like I can't deal with somebody who smokes cigarettes and all that type of stuff. Like no.
Okay, does she have kids?
My last relationship was like a couple of months ago, like 4 or 5 months ago. She had 4 kids, but this time I would say no more than 2, maybe.
Okay.
If she more than 2.
Does the woman have to look a certain way?
I like curvy women.
Curvy women. Okay.
At least the brother's respectful. You tell the
Does she look
truth.
a certain amount of money?
Just be able to take care of her. So I was with her for like a year and a half, almost a year and a half, but I had to let that go because it was one-sided. I was doing everything, and I'm big on a two-way street. It was a one-way street with her, so it was all about her. So
okay. All right. So why do you think you're single?
Why do I think I'm single? That's a good question. I don't know, Kendra. I don't even know. I don't even know how to answer that.
Okay. Well, why would a woman be lucky to be with you?
Because I've learned from my mistakes. I know what I want. I'm not about games. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
He's learned from his mistakes. He's not about games. Let's do it, boo. Give them your Facebook page.
My Facebook is my real name, D'Angelo Elias.
D'Angelo Elias. Okay.
Last time I was on here, Kendra, they was telling me too. It was like, she didn't ask you your height and stuff. I'm 5'11".
I never asked men their height.
Yeah, they kept saying that too. So
okay.
I'm 5'11".
He's 5'11". He's 5'11". Okay. And he's 38. What's the age range you would date?
Yeah, that too. I would say, maybe 25 to my age.
25 to your age. 25 to your age. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, and I remember you want a stepmom, right? Because you have full custody of your daughter?
Yeah, I got full custody of my daughter. And like my daughter's been with me for 5 years now. Her mom's not in the picture at all. So I've been a single father for almost 5 years now.
Okay. Do you want more kids?
Yes, I want one more though. I love being being a dad. I love being a dad. So I do one more.
You want one more. Okay.
All right, cool. So I don't think there's any more information we need to try and drown out this situation. But what's interesting, what he said is, you know what, for him, in this situation, he said obviously he doesn't know why he's single, but he likes curvy women, girls from 25 to 38. Great information as well. Okay, great. Okay, so I think focusing back on the original first beginning of the video, I wanted to focus on that because I think that was interesting, right? He said obviously, you know, the women that keep coming to him saying they don't want to compete. And I think this is what I want to just be able to bring this to the table as well. All right. These women are looking for assurances, right? They can see a nice guy, quote unquote nice guy, who's good looking. He's a good looking guy. He takes care of his daughter as well, right? These promote protection, provision, and being a priest over the home, right? And someone who can speak life into you, right? He seems like a decent dude. All right. So the women are gonna come to him, and they're gonna come again once he's on this channel as well. The biggest thing he's going to face now is, like he said, the women saying they don't want to compete. He has to filter out those people and remove them instantly. He cannot date any woman that says they're not going to compete. And I'll tell you why he can't. Because already he's got a nice guy persona, which means probably his boundaries and his standards might be in compromised positions regularly. Hence why he said the last girlfriend he was with, he was doing everything for her. Because again, once more, we're talking about compromised. Standards and boundaries, which is playing out in these relationships. So any woman that's going to start lowballing by saying I'm not going to compete, you can say fantastic, I appreciate you need to go, because that has got that low, for me that's that lower self-esteem in comparison to you. They're seeing you as a big giant and they're seeing themselves as small people. You don't want to ever have that situation because they're going to always compare themselves to you and always feel this kind of like they are not going to be good enough for you, right? Because they've started that way. So they're going to end that way. Then, do you know what I mean? Don't try to move past it. They started off by lowballing themselves. They're going to end that way. Okay, lack of confidence now ain't going to be more confident in the future. Sorry. And also for the ladies as well, divine feminine here does not thrive in competition. So what I'm saying here is that if you start competing, you're going to start realizing how masculine you become very, very quickly, because the masculine is tasked with the competition aspect. So what you want to do is you want to thrive in your receptiveness, being chosen and being protected. And that's where you want to be. And that means just focus on connecting with that person. If they don't choose you, you go about your business. But the moment you start thinking about someone else and you're trying to compete with them, you start doing things that are out of pocket and out of your way. And it forces you to be someone that you don't want to be. You don't need to be that, right? Don't enter somebody's space and then try to lowball the situation by saying, I'm not going to compete. What does that mean? You know what I mean? You need not. You should carry that energy anyway. Your energy should carry that through. You shouldn't have to say that. Your energy should carry that through. That, look, I'm about this one. This is me. I'm not about having several women. It's just me. Don't even think about. Don't have to say it. It should be in your ethos of how you move, and it should carry it as an energy. Men read energy quite well with women, So don't be afraid to carry that in your energy. If you're about that life, you're about that life. If you're confident, we'll see it. If you're faking the funk, we'll see it. Or faking the confidence, you say, right? And so engage in the conversation to be chosen and ascertain where the person is indirectly by measures. And that means basically have conversation, get involved in the conversation, and see what kind of response you're getting. If you realize a person wanes in their responses, they're not really for you. If they start messing around, if they start moving mad, if they start not really texting you back and stuff like that, they are not for you. You need not say, I'm not going to compete. Don't even bother. And you see, the silence that you have is the power you have. Ooh, let me tell you something. The silence you have is the power you have. Because if you decide to exit quietly without saying nothing, he's going to be like, where did she go? Why did she just go so silently? Men listen to silence, not to how many words you say. Okay, you can speak a lot and we're still going to ignore you. Baby, use your silence as a weapon. And I don't mean that to use it to go and get him back. I'm saying to you, when you leave, you go. And you don't say anything. You just go. You ain't got time for that shenanigans. You understand? And I'm talking about in the early stages. If you have already built up a great relationship, a foundational period of time, and someone goes cold, then you might want to ask what's going on. But if you're new, we're not got time for these. I'm not going to play these games. I'm serious about what I'm going to do. You understand? Yeah? And you set that precedence through your energy. It is what it is. Anyway, guys, you already know what I'm saying. I'm not going to leave you here by yourselves. You know what I'm saying? But I got to leave you. And when we leave, we ain't leaving here alone. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you guys. Stay locked, stay loaded. Please make sure you click on that bell button for the subscription as well.
I'm leaving here with something.